Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In the last session we saw that Acharya has emphasized that if one has taken karma sannyasa, then one should dwell on Atma Swarupam. And the pointer was indicated that Atma Swarupam should be dwelt on with the help of scriptures, Shastra. Now, a question may come that my objective is to dwell on Atma, and you are asking me to study scriptures. So, what is the sambandha, association between knowing my true nature, Atma, and Shastra, study of Shastra, study of scriptures? And those who are even more extroverted or new to Vedanta, they may say, if I want to become free from sorrows, then why should I study Shastra? Because to become free from sorrow, nobody has accepted a study of scriptures as the means. And we say that if you want to become free from sorrow, you should study scriptures. By studying scriptures, you will know your true nature. And that true nature is Ananda, infinite bliss, in which there is no creation. And this understanding will make me free from sorrow. In other words, I will realize I am not the experiencer of either joy or sorrow. Then where is the question of getting rid of sorrow? So many people do not understand this process, and therefore they question the very purpose of study of scriptures. But we have to constantly keep this in mind, that there is no way of knowing Atma without a proper, extensive, thorough study of scriptures from a well-versed teacher who is well-versed in the wisdom of Vedas and Upanishads, and also is abiding in the truth and capable of teaching that truth. Everything is required. Knowledge of scriptures is required. Ability to communicate that teaching to the student is also required. Constant abidance in the self is also required, or a serious attempt to abide in the self. Withdrawal from all extroverted activities is also required on the part of teacher. And the fifth one is that he should have compassion towards the student, because he knows what the student might be going through. Durvara samsara davagni. So this teacher understands. From such a teacher, when these Shastras are properly studied for a long period of time, then the nature of truth is revealed, and then alone the sorrows will be eliminated. And therefore, one should not think that there is no need of study of scriptures and I will sit under a tree, either a banyan tree or on a rock near Gangaji, and sit in meditation for some time, and I will know the truth, and I will stand up with my arms raised up in the sky and sing some wonderful hymns. This is all drama. This doesn't happen in reality. If somebody has such ideas that this is how I'm going to claim realization, they should drop that idea at once. All this is a dramatization. Sitting under a tree or sitting on a rock near flowing Gangaji and suddenly getting realization. Realization is only through proper Shravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasanam. And we have emphasized enough during the process of study of earlier 14 chapters that Nididhyasanam is not for realization. Nididhyasanam is to remind myself that I am ever free Brahman and not the bound ahankara. Meditation is for that purpose. Meditation is not for knowing something which was already not known or experiencing something which is never experienced earlier. That is not the objective of meditation. Meditation is prescribed for those people who were highly deficient in sadhana chatushta when they started their journey, and therefore to make up for that lack of enough qualifications, in particular Shama, Dhamma and Vairagya, for them this is prescribed. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji in Viveka Chudamani, he said, Shanto Danta Parama Uparatah Kshanti Yukta Samadhihi Kurvan Nityam Kalayati Yatihi Swasya Sarvatma Bhavam. He should dwell on this with Shanta, Danta, Uparama, Parama Uparama, Parama Uparataha. So the one who has totally withdrawn. This is given in Vivek Chudamani. And also this meditation is prescribed for elimination of vasanas which have been gathered over long time in the form of karta bhokta. Jnate vastunyapi balavati vasananadiresha karta bhokta pyahamiti dridha yasya sansara hetu. Samsara hetu, the cause of transmigration, is this strong doership, enjoyership, these vasanas. And therefore, one has to give enough time for oneself, if not one janma, many janmas, to overcome these pressure of vasanas and the desire to go out in the world and act, or to tell people that I already know the truth. Why one has to go out and tell? You just sit quietly. Nobody wants to know whether you know it or not. Okay, so this process should be very clear. Why I am dwelling on scriptures? To know my true nature. So having taken karma sannyasa, having renounced the karmas, my goal of life should be then to do extensive shravanam and mananam and continue to follow the sadhana chatushtaya practices. And during this process, during this journey, whatever is conducive for more shravanam, that is what I should follow. It is also said in some of the advanced scriptures where sannyasa is prescribed that having renounced the obligatory duties, karma and upasanas formally by taking sannyasa, if somebody does not spend most of the time on Vedanta Shravanam and Mananam, then they are considered as fallen. Arudha Patita, they are called. So, before taking sannyasa, one should be very careful. Sannyasa also, sannyasastu mahavaho dukkham aptum ayogataha. If somebody is not prepared, then that sannyasa is also going to give you dukkham. So with all this in mind, one should dwell on Shastra. Now, Ishavasya mantra is given in the next two shlokas. Atmaika sarva bhuteshu tani tasminschakhe yatha paryagad vyomavat sarvam shukram deeptimadishyate. Yatha, just as ekah atma, oneself, sarva bhuteshu, is there in all beings. And tani means sarva bhutani, all those beings, tasminscha, they are in that atma, yathakhe, just as in space everything is and space is in everything. In the same way, atma is in all beings and all beings are in atma. So the first line refers to sixth mantra of Ishavasya Upanishad, which says yastu sarvani bhutani atmanyeva anupashyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam na tato vijugupsate. This is the sixth mantra of Ishavasya. And this idea that all beings are in Atma, and Atma means me, the real I. So all beings, the entire creation is in me. Atmani eva anupashyati, the one who sees this constantly. Anu means nityam and anu also means paschat. Nityam means the one who sees constantly. Paschat means having studied this, learned this from his teacher, and sees oneself also in all. Sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam. So sees all beings in oneself and sees oneself in all. Sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam. Tato na vijugupsate. then there is no vijugupsa. Vijugupsa has two meanings. One meaning of vijugupsa is to seek security. Only the person who feels insecure will seek security. So here Upanishad says that you will never be insecure thereafter once you have this wisdom. If I am in all are in me, what is meant is there is no all. It is like when it is said, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. So Bada Samanadikaranya is used and it is revealed that there is no Sarvam. It is like saying Sarpaha Rajjuhu. What you understood as snake, because of which you are running away, that snake is nothing but rope. So Sarpaha Rajju, no snake will be rope. Rope which was misunderstood as snake is nothing but rope. In the same way, Brahman which was misunderstood as world, creation. Brahma which was misunderstood as varieties of beings, subject to modifications, destruction and impermanence, giving sorrow. That all varieties of beings are really nothing but Brahman, just as snake is nothing but rope. And therefore, there is no vijugupsa, there is no insecurity. And the other meaning of the word vijugupsa is that there is no jealousy. There is no hatred towards anybody. Because now everything is my own expression, then with whom I will have any sense of jealousy or any hatred. So, in this way one should dwell. And the pointer here used is space. Because just as space is all-pervading, Atma is also all-pervading. Space is indivisible. So Atma is also indivisible. Space is asanga, uncontaminated. Atma is also uncontaminated. Then space accommodates all. In the same way, Atma also accommodates all. And space is also in the smallest entity, like in the atomic rings where the electrons are running, there also there is space. And the whole Brahmanda with galaxies and all, they are also in space. So it is subtler than the subtlest and bigger than the biggest. And Atma is also like that. Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. So in this way, there are many similarities between space and Atma. So Atma should be meditated upon like space. But there are dissimilarities also, like space is inert, whereas Atma is consciousness. Space is subject to origin because it has utpatti, and therefore there is laya also. Tasmad vaya tasmad atmano akasha sambhutaha. Whereas Atma does not have utpatti. Najayate mriyate va vipaschit. But to whatever extent I can understand and derive benefit from this understanding of Atma being similar to space, I can dwell on space. And other pointers I use from Shastra for Atma. So this is the meaning of the first line of the shloka. Second line of the shloka is referring to 8th mantra of Ishavasya, which says Paryagat, and Bhagavan Bhashyakar himself gives the meaning of the word Paryagat. Paryagat means Vyomavat, that which is all pervading, like space, Vyomavat. Sarvam Shukram Deeptimad Ishyate. So Atma is all pervading like space, and Shukram means that which is Deeptimat, shining. So he himself gives the meaning. Shukram means Deeptimat. Prakasha Swabhavam, that which is of the nature of self-illumination. That is me, Swayam Prakasha. Avedyatve sati aparoksha vyavahara yogyatvam. Swayam Prakashatvam. Avedyatve sati aparoksha vyavahara yogyatvam. Swayam Prakashatvam is the meaning of the word Swayam Prakasha. So what is said here is that I, the Atma, am all pervading, and I am Chaitanya Swarupa, not Jada. And all pervading means there is nothing where I am not. So all are in me, I am in all, and there is no Desha Paricheda. So there is no Vastu Paricheda, there is no Desha Paricheda, and I am Chaitanya Swarupa, Bharupam. In other words, to know me, to experience me, I don't have to do anything. To experience Atma, I don't need to do anything. Experience of Atma is ever there. What is not there is knowledge of my asangatvam, nirvikaratvam, Jagat karanatvam. This knowledge is not there. For that, I have to study Shastra. And in this way, when studied, then I understand that I don't need to do any other things for experience of Atma or for Dukkha Nivritti also. Because Atma is Praptasya Prapti and Dukkha Nivritti is Parihritasya Parihara. What is already not there in me, I am putting forth effort to get rid of that. And what I already am, I am trying to put forth effort to attain it. So both of them are not needed. In this way, there will be end to all struggles. This is the meaning of 9th shloka. 10th shloka further talks about same 8th mantra of Ishavasya Upanishad, which we will see in the next session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om